another one of my guys that I'm just really excited about. And I think he's got one of the coolest nicknames. It works perfect. But we're talking about Pete Crow-Armstrong, and I like to call him PCA. And I think it's perfect. PCA. He's 6 foot, 184 pounds, 20-year-old. He was drafted in the first round, number 19 overall by the New York Mets. He did get traded from the Mets to the Cubs. We have Pete Crow-Armstrong, PCA. Ross, would you like to break him down just a little bit for me?
Absolutely. Happy to. PCA, he debuted in 2021 at single A. Very small sample size. Only had 32 plate appearances, but he hit .417 in that small sample. And he walked more than he struck out. Not much to make out of it. No home runs, but promising. Mm-hmm. And he was a guy that even at that point, I was kind of interested in seeing if I could obtain him. He did have a season-ending injury. That was PCA, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, he had a season-ending injury that really stalled out a really promising start.
Yep.
Then 2022 rolls around and he starts again back at single A. Of course, that makes sense after only getting those 32 plate appearances. He was hitting .354 through 183 plate appearances before they finally promoted him to high A. And I think he kind of started meeting his match there, still put together a respectable season, 288 plate appearances, hit .287 with a .333 OBP and a .498 slugging percentage, still hit 9 home runs. On the season, he hit 16 home runs with 32 stolen bases. That's pretty notable.
Yep.
A lot more speed than I would have expected too. And overall, .312 batting average, .376 on base percentage, .520 slugging percentage. He just has a hitter's profile.
Yep.
He's like a ball player. And, he gets a lot of comps, or I think this guy's had a rivalry dating back to like high school with Bobby Barrels, who we previously covered. And I think he was always kind of playing second fiddle to him. But I would say he's the better hitter, at least based on what I can see in front of me right now.
I don't think he's got the power of Bobby Barrel, but you're on the right track.
But why not? Who hit more home runs this year?
Because I love Bobby Barrel. But I don't want to get away from that. I love PCA. And one thing that I want to just touch on real quick, I think, and you mentioned it, it took him a while to promote him. And I think that was on purpose. The injury concern that he had the season before, I think this was to make sure that he was healthy and sitting in not lower competition, but an equal competition. Let's give him plenty of at bats, make sure he's good to go, and then get him promoted to high A. And this might be another one of the rocket ships that I always talk about.
So PCA gets a comp to David Wright. So I mentioned before that I felt like he was a professional hitter. This guy's just he's a ball player. And I thought the same thing about David Wright. So I think it's a really nice comp too. Scout the Statline has him coming up in 2024. He'd be 22 years old. And if he has a similar career to David Wright, I mean, that's borderline Hall of Fame.
I was going to say, without injuries, David Wright is a no doubter Hall of Famer. No doubter. He just couldn't stay healthy, which I hate that coming to PCA just because he's already had the one injury. But that's a great comp. David Wright.
We've had a couple good ones in a row. That's how you know we're getting up to the real elites.
Yeah. What is your take on PCA? Do you want to go all in on him? Do you want to wait and see the first half of 2023 to see what he does? Because he'll be, I would guess they're going to start him in Double A. That would be my take. They're going to start him in Double A. Would you go get him now? Would you wait till mid-season to see how he plays in the first half?
No,
What's your
I'm in
thoughts?
on him.
You're
I'm in
in?
on this guy. I have him ranked a little higher than Scout the Stat Line, actually. I mean,
Yeah.
one spot higher. So we're very close, but yeah, I'm a fan, and I think his profile looks really nice to me.
Yeah.
I would like if he walked a little bit more, of course, but that's my thing, you know. No real discernible red flags to me. Usually with a prospect, I could be like, this guy's going to be awesome. Couple red flags. Not really much.
No.
The plate discipline could be improved, but I don't think it's red flag territory.
I think he's got a build type too that's already solid. It's already major league, ready. 6'4" or 6 foot 184 at 20 years old. He's got the strength and stuff to do it. So I'm not concerned there that he needs to build strength and grow into his body and stuff like that. The nice thing is he could still pack on some pounds and power.
These young guys, they can still grow.
Yeah, they could. I would personally go get him right now.
Go get him right now.
Yeah.
Outside chance we see him cup of coffee next year?
I don't think so, just because of what the Cubs have. Yeah, and I like that. So I don't think we see a cup of coffee here. I think this is a slow play. 2024 sounds perfect. I think Scout stat line hit that on the nose.
Right on. 65 hit tool in his Scout grade equivalents. He's 55 power, 55 speed, above average across the board.
Oh.
Just like David Wright.
That's a great comp.
If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and of course visit our website, scoutthestatline.com for more.